Yeah, look, I had a very strict mother, and for those of you that have seen American Ghost Hunter, it is the autobiographical documentary of my haunted childhood, and the film highlights my relationship with my mother. And there's obviously, when you watch the movie, there's a lot that's unspoken. We have a turbulent relationship. When I got to college, it was the shackles being released from, it was like every story you hear about, when he gets freedom, he's going to go crazy. Oh, I went fucking crazy. I mean, I went crazy for years, When I tell you that I should be dead, that's a fact. I mean, it is, and it wasn't just like, it was in all things. I had to, stick the hand in the flame. You know what I mean? It's like someone says that's going to burn you. And you look at it and you're like, I got to know if it's going to burn me though. You know what I mean? So it was doing just a lot of things, a lot of adventure, just experiencing freedom. And, I went to school and I chose journalism only because I love storytelling, but I never really thought about it as a career. I don't know why I didn't. I just didn't. But I heard it was a major that had no math or science. And I just despised, math and science. Just because it was boring to me. And I was like, if there's a degree I can get and not have to take those bullshit classes, I'm totally in. And then all the classes were like society this, religion that. And it's stuff I was interested in. I was like, because I've always been interested in people. Like, I've always had a genuine interest in people. And I've always been good at reading people and just trying to, kind of seeing their motivations. So, yeah, I chose to be a journalist. And, one day picked up a school newspaper and it looked just like the regular newspaper. And I remember thinking in my head, this is crazy that this university is making this newspaper that everybody's reading, that more people actually read that than the regular paper. And then someone told me that you can get a job for free working there. You just got to go there and basically sign up, which I couldn't believe. So I went down and signed up. I mean, I got the job that day. They're like, yeah, you can start writing today. Like the following week, I wrote my first sports article, and it was in the paper. And I sent it home to my mom, my dad, and I was like, look, and they were fucking floored. I mean, they were like, your name is in the paper. My son's famous. That they were totally overblown. You know what I mean? And it was crazy. But what I did see, it became the grand experiment for me, because I was like, I saw more than an article. What I saw was, this carries my voice. Like, my voice goes out to people. So what can I do with this? And as you know, I became a bit of a on-campus kind of Howard Sternish type of personality.
Yeah, that's good. Brazen.
Yeah, very, very brazen, very egotistical. A lot of the stuff was really sexually charged stuff. I just basically spoke my mind.
And this was a sports column, folks.
Yeah, that's the funny thing. Yeah, sports column. And the thing is, it became massively successful. Like there was a huge base for it. And to the point where like student bodies were inviting me to football games to be like their tailgating guest of honor. And I would show up, and they would have, beer, food, and trying to push chicks off on you and stuff. It was crazy,
That was another reason we kind of started going down the same mutual path. We both went into journalism. We both had this media experience. That was one of the reasons we wrote our first movie that we ended up doing. We can talk about it a little bit. Yeah,
well, Justin, when he says, we ended up going down this road, Justin, when I moved, my dad I was from Texas. My dad got burned. For those that haven't seen American Ghost Hunter, he got burned in a bad accident, and he had to move back to a climate that was manageable because he has tons of scar tissue, and that doesn't sweat, so you got to get to a place that's cool. He couldn't live in Texas anymore. So we wound up in this town in Persia, Iowa, 336 people, and Justin was my older brother's best friend, and I fucking hated Justin. I hated him. I just thought he just was this like Tom Cruise wannabe. And it turns out he loved Top Gun. That's how I would describe Justin to my friends that didn't know him. I would always say he's a fucking Top Gun wannabe. And Justin was the guy that would have the fucking pilot glasses and the hair cocked, and he was, it was just what he was into. At the same time, I was just as fucking bizarre because I was into like NWA and I was into metal and so we didn't get along. I didn't like Justin because he would always tell my brother that he should beat me up. He was always trying to urge my brother to kick my ass. He'd be like, "Here, Jed's so fucking mouthy, man. Nobody does anything. You should just fucking stomp him, Brian." And I'm sitting there, and he would say it often when I was in the room. And I'd be like, "Hey, hello, I'm here, dude. I'm here. You're telling me to kick my ass? I'm in the room, motherfucker. Don't tell him to say that." So, Justin's always kind of done that. He'll just say things about me that suck, that are true about me in front of me, as though I'm not there.